Please welcome Partner Team Unit Lead in the Enterprise and Partner Group at Microsoft Austria, Franz Bukovschek. Dell Vice President and General Manager, Atkinson, and Dheeraj Pandey.
Have a seat, Dan. Yeah, you should sit. Thank you. Well, I can see my name is invisible up there and already making some...
Everyone knows who you are, Dheeraj.
No. Well, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. First of all, thanks everyone for hanging around. I know that some of you actually have to catch some flights.
Still doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
We've got
absolutely. I think I was telling a couple of people in the last few hours that this probably is our best .next, even though it's not the largest. The level of participation and engagement and just the grasp of everything has been really good. So.
Well, I'd say they're all a little different. I mean, I have a personal, I like the first one in Miami a lot.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, of course.
Vegas was pretty fun, but this is great. I mean, you know, the energy here is wonderful. I think the message is great, and I think you can see the maturity of both the space and the company as you kind of walk through the progression of these.
For me, it's my first .next, yeah. So I'm a newbie here, but I'm really impressed as Microsoft to see so many people attending and showing passion and the drive you see on the market and also the discussion we just had here on the panel. It's incredible, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here as well, both of you. I mean, I know that
for the invitation.
you had a short commute, but you had a long commute to come here. And we'll talk about the power of three. There's this trilogy that we are trying to build between Dell EMC, Microsoft, and Nutanix.
So move a little bit closer.
And the fact that we have to learn so much from, you know, being a younger brother to two other companies that we can learn so much from. So tell us more about what this, partnership looks like to you, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, let me talk a little bit, just to set some background for anyone who may not know, kind of what happened at the last .next, and then I think we'll feed right into this. So, if you remember the last .next, you and I stood on stage together and announced that we had put together a new agreement and extended our partnership. And I think this is actually sort of feeding on top of that, right? And as we did that, we saw what a great space this was. And, one of the things that I think, I don't know if missing is the right word, but one of the things that we saw as an opportunity was to start to leverage into Microsoft and particularly the Azure stack, right? And so we really, I think, promised each other we were going to work on that. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about here today, I think. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, before we get into this partnership itself, about XC. Obviously, we're a public company and you can't do projections, but in general, how do you prognosticate XC and the future of Dell XC now that Dell EMC has been consummated, the deal itself?
Well, Dheeraj, it's been a fabulous partnership. If you remember, I guess 3 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, we first consummated the partnership. XC has been an amazingly hot product for us. I think if you add it up, Dell plus Nutanix is something like 65–66% of what they now refer to as the hyperconverged market. And frankly, I don't see that slowing down, right? I look at the market, let's be honest, right? You benefit from being in the right space at the right time, so that, check, right? But I think together we're doing a great job of executing, and customers are coming back for more. They're looking to us for how do we play this space, what's going on here, and they see the strength of the partnership. And the Dell XC product line has just done incredibly well. It's a critical part of our portfolio, and couldn't be more excited about the future.
Great. Now, shifting gears a little bit, talk about hybrid cloud, and we'll get into the partnership itself, but tell us a little bit more about the status of cloud here in Austria, Franz, if you can.
Yeah. As I'm based here in Vienna, so I have deeper insights regarding the challenges we are facing here in Austria or in the German, Switzerland, Austria region, especially regarding the data protection issues. We do have stricter laws than other countries, which makes it a little bit more difficult to move to a public cloud the first step. But going a hybrid way and look step by step for workloads, you can move to the cloud, starting with storage and then move on to more intelligent systems like IoT and so on, where no personal data is involved, would be the right way to go.
Got it. And how is Azure looking in this part of the world, with Austria, Germany?
Azure is an integral part of it because with Azure and Windows Server 2016, with the hybrid scenario, we can cover both worlds, the private cloud world, the hybrid world, and the public cloud world. And together with Dell and Nutanix, we can shift this very easily and seamless and make it for customers and for partners the right way without having a lot of pain in the IT, in the business, to make that move and take the advantages of the cloud.
Got it. So Alan, any more details on the partnership itself? What are the other EMC products that we could be bringing to this puzzle itself?
Yeah, so I mean, again, this is pretty exciting, right? We're sitting here with Microsoft and with Nutanix, Dell EMC, and one of the things that we want to do is help, open up that Azure ecosystem, I guess is the way to think about it. So one of the things that you're going to see happen from us is some co-development, and I say that in a very excited way, to create, kind of that seamless, out-of-the-box experience where customers can take a Dell EMC XC appliance and instantly have access to data protection with things like data domain and with Avamar, both virtual editions built in, fully integrated into the ecosystem, so not something that is bolted on, but something that is elegantly integrated with a gateway right to Azure, right? So you think about that just out of the box, how easy that is, and that's really a first step in sort of going down this journey to get, if you will, an easy on-ramp to an Azure hybrid cloud, leveraging our mutual technology.
And what makes me really excited about this is how we learn as well as a company to build the lifecycle management of virtual appliances, what does one-click upgrade look like, and obviously how does it use the backend fabric of spilling over to Azure and things like that. So really exciting times for us as well to learn from this new co-development work that we're going to do together.
And I think this is a very young market, right? So if you think about it, certainly a big priority for Microsoft. I don't want to speak for you, but
is.
right? And hybrid cloud is an area that's essential to go win in. And so, what I like about young markets is that seems like a great opportunity, right? Customers are telling me at least, they're looking for how do you leverage these technologies? It's hard, right? It's hard to do some of this. And one of the great things about what we've crafted with XC is we made a lot of things that were hard easy. And I think this is another step of how do you make Azure easy for normal people, right?
Exactly. And if you hear Satya like this weekend at Gartner event in Barcelona, you were live there.
I was there.
You know how important it is to go this digitalization and transformation. Yeah? Companies are right now facing based on customer impact and changing habits in the market, and they have to be more and more agile, and agility is what's the cooperation between a private on-premise solution and a cloud solution can give you in your business.
Yeah, so I think there'll be some great lessons for us as well, because as you try to, yesterday we talked about virtualizing Palo Alto and F5 and a lot of Arista functionality, and today we're talking about data protection, business continuity, appliances becoming virtual applications. And I think that this is the start of a new era of what people call software-defined data center in the last 4 or 5 years. This is about really landing the idea of SDDC, when we can think about lifecycle management of appliances and one-click upgrades and things like that coming together. And then finally being able to use the capabilities of the operating system to do things like spill over into Azure and such, so really, really excited actually. Tell us more about Windows Server 2016, like what's the journey looking like? And
well, we introduced a couple of features in Windows Server 2016. We tried to focus on 3 topics: the security threats we are facing right now, about the data center costs, and about innovation. And innovation not only in the sense of the cloud infrastructure, but also on application side. And because security is top of mind at the moment in most of our customers, so just pick one example here. We introduced the shielded VMs in Windows Server 2016, so you can, via encryption, prevent that malicious administrators gain control of the VM via encryption of the data and the state of the machine itself. Then we introduced containers based on the Docker technology. Then we introduced Hyper-V containers, which is a little bit different than the containers for Windows Server because they have their own assigned memory and their own assigned Windows core to make a strong isolation, which is in certain customer cases essential. And then we have, of course, the PCI pass-through, so important point.
As Microsoft calls it DDA.
Discrete device management, yeah, right. Which is an important part because then you can address attached hardware directly through the VM, which is for customer use cases extremely important in certain cases.
What I like about it is that, it kind of deepens our own Hyper-V commitment. And at the same time, as Hyper-V is getting better and better, it actually raises the bar for AHV, our own hypervisor. And that's one of the things that keeps us vulnerable as a company to say, are we building something as good or even better, actually? So thank you so much for that as well.
You're welcome.
Now, by the way, for those of you who don't know Alan, he's probably I would say the father of XC in some sense. I can call you the father if you're that old.
Go for it, Dheeraj. Makes me feel great.
So obviously, I think there's a lot that we'll see in the coming year or 2 years in terms of innovation based on this partnership itself. Any final concluding comments?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it, right? It's an exciting time. Anybody who went to my incredible shrinking data center pitch yesterday knows how we view things are just shrinking, right? And the competition increasingly is the public cloud. I think you laid that out very well in the first keynote. And I view Microsoft as a huge partner on the hybrid story and an enabler there. And this is just another step in making that happen. And I'm really excited to be working with both of you to make that a reality.
Looking forward. Probably
Absolutely.
sometime next year we'll go and talk about exactly what this looks like, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to find out where that's going to be.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.